Welcome back to my channel. I am The Lash Girl here on YouTube. And if you don't know what I do or who I am a lash extension expert. I wouldn't call okay, I am an expert. I've been doing lash extensions for 11 years. I've been on social media for about 5-6 years. And if you're new here, welcome. I love you. You're more than welcome. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you already haven't. In today's video, I'm gonna get straight to it. I got some questions on Instagram. Last video that I posted, we were talking about why extensions would last on one eye but be all gone on the other. Bad retention on one eye, great retention on the other. We got a little bit into that. Now we're getting into some questions that I got, and I'm just gonna answer them. This is just a Q&A. First question I got was, why do some clients have great retention and some don't? Group of girls who have great retention, others don't. This could be multiple things. When I find that I have 90% of my clients have great retention, right? But then there's 10% that they can't hold extensions on for longer than 2.5 weeks. So those type of clients, I always consider what type of medication they're on. If they're stressed out, because hormonal issues will definitely play a big part in why that client out of 10 clients has bad retention. Hormonal issues, diet, stress be a big reason on why most have great retention and others don't. The other reason could be, this goes into mindset. When you're lashing clients, some clients you're really comfortable with, and then you have those new clients that come in. Sometimes you're really nervous and you want to impress and you want to give them what they're paying for. This is where our mindset can literally make a play in how our sets come out and how long they last. I know this because I have all of this experience, because I'm always nervy when I lash a new client, and I always am overthinking, and that overthinking affects the way I lash. I don't care what anybody says, but your emotions and you being nervous and the fear and the crap, I hope she likes it, that does play a big part in how our sets come out. Because if you notice that when you're not thinking like that and you feel free and you feel like you can create and you can make a set beautiful, no problem, everything's going perfect, everything goes perfect, right? Mindset is a big thing. Controlling your emotions and trying to not be so afraid of those clients when they come in, because you're the service provider. You know exactly what you're doing. You were trained for this. Another reason is, aside from fear and all of that mentality, it could be you're not using enough adhesive at all, or prep was off. The pH levels could have been off and you didn't prep right. I have one full bulletproof prep that you can do to take away this problem. Cleanser, and you're gonna use a super bonder. Done, no issues. And of course, I've taught on all of this, there could be so many other things. It just depends on the scenario, the exact problem that you're having. If you guys have any specific problems that you're dealing with, comment down below and I can tell you exactly what you would need to do in that situation. Half of your clients have great retention, half don't. It could be the amount of adhesive you're using, the comfortability that you have with that client, prep. I may be missing some things, but next question. Can I touch on the difference between shampoo, cleanser, primer, and when to use what? Shampoo and a cleanser are two different things. Shampoo cleans the dirt, debris off of the lashes. Cleanser is amazing. What it does is it opens up the pores of the natural lash, and it helps the adhesive penetrate into the natural lash. It grabs inside even more than just surface. So shampoo and cleanser. Primer puts moisture back into the natural lashes when you do cleanse. So cleanser and primer are two different things, and a lot of people confuse them, and a lot of people say don't use a primer because it's stripping to the natural lashes, which is not true. A lot of people don't really The difference between the two is the one that strips the natural lash. It just opens up the pores of the natural lash. That is an alcohol-based product. When a primer puts moisture back into the natural lash when we open up those pores. There are two different things, and when people say primers are stripping, just know that it's actually a cleanser. You use them, it depends on the client's natural lashes. Me, I just use it in general. I use cleanser to open up and then whatever I'm gonna use to prep. If it's a primer, if it's a super bonder, whatever your little heart desires. Okay, so quick drying time adhesive. Dry time, if it's 0.5 second dry time, do you literally have 5 seconds from dipping to apply? You literally do. But this also depends. And this goes into like environment stuff. I don't really deal with this anymore. If you followed me for a long time, you knew I was all about, you gotta make sure your environment's right, like humidity level, temperature level. The hotter it is in your room, let's just say, make it easier and not confuse you. The hotter it is in your room, the faster any adhesive is going to dry. So if you do have a 0.5 second adhesive that you love to use, just know that if your temperature is at like 70, 71, 72 degrees in your room, that adhesive is gonna dry faster than 5 seconds. This is where we can manipulate our adhesive dry time with any adhesive. Like a whole other like ball game that we can definitely get into here on my YouTube channel. So let me know if that's what you want to hear, if you want that in a video. Humidity and temperature debunked. How do I know what glue is good? I just wanna say, use the glue that you wanna use. Use the adhesive that, it's all preference. All adhesives are great, I'm sure. I have my own preference. I still use my own brand. You find an adhesive that you like to work with. It's the consistency that's amazing to you. It's the application. When you go and apply it, it just grabs. Like whatever it is that you like to work with it, and then make that adhesive work for you, not against you. It also goes into a whole nother thing. Is it that clients who clean their lashes still have nasty stuff up close? This is all hygiene. This is all the client needs to get their ass in the bathroom and wash their natural lashes. They have buildup on their lash line, blepharitis, makeup. It's because their hygiene is not up to par. So that is something that you need to sit and have a conversation with your client. And you need to show them. I have a video, like you can share them the video of me washing my lashes and then me checking my lash line to make sure that my lash line is also clean and there's nothing on the lash line. So that'll get them in the habit of washing and checking to make sure that their lids are clean and their lashes are clean. Because it's not just about keeping the lashes clean, it's about eye health. And we don't want anything going wrong with your client's eyes and them swelling up because, yeah, just have that conversation with them. Show them a video. I used to show my clients videos to kind of like scare them into washing their lashes so that they know what their part is in our relationship. So nowadays, I only tell my clients, just clean your lashes. That's all I ask of you. And don't pick, pull, or rub them. And try not to like lodge them out. The only reason why I would tell them try not to like smear their faces on the pillow while they're sleeping is because of pre-lodging. Nothing else. Nothing else. They shouldn't be falling out. It would solely be because it would lodge their lashes out if they're sleeping crazy at night. I feel like no matter what I do, my glue doesn't lock, like it's almost too wet or something, which it could be. And that can go along with environment. And this is where we just manipulate our adhesive. But if you take anything from me today in this video, I'm going to tell you right now, prep like I prep. Shampoo, rinse, cleanse, dry, and then use a super bonder. Let me know if that works, okay? So if you take anything, take that. How often do you have to change your glue bottle? I don't change my glue bottles often. This is what I'm gonna say. If the consistency of your adhesive is getting thicker and you don't like that consistency, get a new bottle. That's when you change it. When the consistency inside the bottle changes to the point where it's not your preference, okay? You don't have to change your glue bottles every 4 weeks. You don't have to change your glue bottles every 2 months. It depends on how often you lash. It depends on consistency. That's it. I still use glue that I was using last year. Still great for me. But I didn't open the bottle as much as a full-time lash artist. Say hi, Gavin. Because I wasn't consistently lashing every single day, 5 clients a day, you know. So that's going to be different opposed to someone who lashes part-time, to someone who lashes full-time. It's all preference and consistency. Just pay attention to that consistency. I use one drop in my glue ring probably the entire session. If I'm longer than 2.5 hours, then I'll refresh my glue drop. But other than that, I'm not changing my glue drop while I'm lashing every 10, 20 minutes. Okay, so you don't have to do that. Rule that out right now. That wastes time. Product. Question I'm going to answer. Quality of lash adhesive, is that important? Well, of course it's important, but I feel like nowadays there is not bad quality adhesive anymore. I feel like we kind of ruled that out like years ago. It's all preference. It's all what you like to work with. It's thin, thick, consistency. Ultimately, if it works for you. Because what works for me isn't going to work for you, right? I've always said that. But feel like nowadays, quality is everywhere. There's not really like it's there. It just depends on what you like to work with. I get a lot of retention questions, a lot of product questions, because I've had my product line in the past. All I want to do nowadays is simplify my lash life and your lash life. So if I can help in any way, shape, or form by telling you what I do to make my lash life easier, I'm gonna do it. Those were a chunk of questions. They were all similar to each other, but I just summed it up in those ones. For my answers, a lot of people would disagree with me, but if I'm being honest, the lash industry has made everything so freaking complicated with all of all the information is great. I know it, but doesn't make my lash life easier. Kind of like it's great to know, but I've taken from all of the classes that I've taken, I have 25 certifications from so many different great lash artists that I learned from, and I took from each and every one of them, but I simplified it. I don't think it needs to be as complicated as we make it, or confusing, because I think that's another thing that we've all done is made it confusing. If you guys have any more questions, any video requests you guys want me to make here on YouTube, I would be happy to do that for you. If I could just help at least one of yous, that would just make my heart so happy. I love you guys so much, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Love you.